Hello friends, welcome back to another What's for Dinner video where I share what I cooked for dinner this week for our family of 6. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and get some dinner ideas. The first dinner I cooked was fried chicken with homemade mac and cheese. I make this about once a month and my kids absolutely love it. I either use chicken tenders or breasts, and today I just used 4 large chicken breasts which I sliced into pieces and placed them all into a bowl. Then I marinate the chicken with some buttermilk. This makes for some very tender and flavorful chicken. I also add in salt, pepper, paprika, and garlic powder. Stir everything together and let it sit on your counter for about an hour or in your fridge for a few hours or even overnight. While the chicken marinates, I'm going to make the mac and cheese. I like to make this early in the day and just stick it into the oven an hour before dinner. I prep all of my ingredients for the mac and cheese because it goes pretty quick once you get started. I start off by shredding 2 cups of cheddar cheese. You can also just use store-bought pre-shredded cheese. Then I prep 1 cup of Parmesan cheese and some milk. Into a saucepan I add my butter and melt it. Then I add in my flour and cook the flour until it is cooked through. I boil a pot of salted water and then add in my macaroni pasta to cook. Once the flour and butter looks like this, I slowly add in my milk, whisking it to combine. And once I add in all of my milk, I'm going to add in my cheeses and stir frequently on low heat to melt. I season my sauce with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Once my pasta is cooked through, I drain it and add it into my cheese sauce. Then I stir it to combine and transfer it to a casserole dish. You can definitely eat it as is directly from the pot, but I really like it when the pasta absorbs some of the cheese sauce. Plus, it's convenient for me to make this ahead of time and just heat it up before dinner. Now it is time to fry up that chicken. I'm preparing the flour mixture which I will coat the chicken in. I just add some flour, salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, and a splash of buttermilk and just stir it well to combine. I preheat a large skillet with some oil in it, not enough to deep fry, but just enough to cover one side of the chicken at a time. I'm going to dredge the chicken in the flour coating and set it all onto a sheet, just so it's all ready at the same time. Make sure you really press that flour into the chicken. This chicken will have the most delicious breading on it. Once all of my chicken is breaded and my oil is heated up, I start frying my chicken. I fry this on medium to low heat and turn it halfway through until the chicken is cooked through. Cooking the chicken on a low temperature ensures that the inside is just as done as the outside. Once the chicken is cooked, I transfer it to a paper towel lined dish to collect any extra oil. Then I repeat with the remaining chicken. I baked the mac and cheese at 350, covered with foil until it was heated through. So this is what dinner looked like. We just served it with some ranch and veggies. And I love my mac and cheese with some sriracha sauce. This is something I know all my kids will eat without complaining, which is why this will always have a place in our recipe rotation. Plus, it makes really great leftovers for the next day. The next dinner I made was new to us and was incredible. In fact, I've already made it a second time after this because it was so good and easy. It is a 1-pan sheet meal, which is so good to have for those busy days. First, I prep my potatoes. I'm using some gold potatoes, which I have peeled, and I just cubed them all about the same size and placed them into a large bowl, along with some baby carrots and mushrooms. Next, I rinsed some chicken drumsticks and added them into the bowl as well. Then in goes the mayo, some melted butter, oil, garlic, salt, pepper, paprika, and chili powder. I used my hands to rub in the mixture, making sure it coated all the veggies and chicken. Then I spread it all onto a large baking sheet. I made sure that everything was single layer to make sure that the potatoes were not going to get soggy, but more caramelized during the process. I roasted this at 400 degrees for about an hour and a half, so that's about half an hour more than what the recipe calls for. Now I had some zucchini which I had to use up, so I decided to make some zucchini and corn fritters. This is a really good recipe. I shredded my zucchini and then salted it and left it on the counter for about 30 minutes to release all of the moisture. Then into a bowl, I added the rest of the ingredients. I used 1 can of corn, 2 eggs, half a cup of flour, 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, some fresh crushed garlic, some green onions, salt, pepper, paprika, cumin, and vegeta seasoning, which is like a vegetable-based seasoning. Then I went ahead and squeezed all of the liquid out of the zucchini and then added that into the bowl as well. Then I just mixed everything to combine, and I heated a little bit of cooking oil in a non-stick pan over medium heat. And I added 1 heaping tablespoon of batter to the pan and cooked for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side until it was crispy and golden brown. And checking in on my chicken, I went ahead and broiled it on high for about 5 minutes. So this was dinner. I love how caramelized the potatoes and carrots got. As I said before, this is such a good recipe. Definitely worthy of going into my recipe binder. The next recipe was also very easy. It was creamy chicken thighs, but I'm actually starting off with the salad. I'm slicing a little bit of purple cabbage and placing it into a bowl. I'm also shredding 1 carrot with my mandolin slicer and then slicing a bit of red onion, about 1/4, and 1 jalapeno pepper and placing it all into a bowl. I dressed the salad with some garlic, mayonnaise, mustard, vinegar, salt, and pepper. And just stir well to combine, and I place it into the fridge while I work on my chicken. I prepare my chicken thighs by cutting off most of the fat. Then I add all of my seasonings into a small ramekin. I use my hands to rub the seasoning into the chicken well. I preheat a large skillet on medium heat and then I add in all of my chicken. I'm cooking this for about 6 minutes on one side and another 10 minutes on the other, or until the internal temperature is 165 degrees. Then I transfer the chicken to a plate. And then back into the skillet, I add some butter, some onion, garlic, and I cook it for about 1 minute. I add in my liquid and seasonings, and then once my sauce is simmering, I go ahead and add in my chicken. Then I just simmer for about 5 more minutes. I cooked some rice as a side, and dinner is done. I told you it was easy. This is a perfect weekday dinner. So this was dinner. Make sure you add some of that delicious sauce over your chicken and rice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some dinner ideas. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.